What is going on, guys? It is your boy, Mr. Banks. And how can I put this? We had an insane day of money making, catching the big move yet again. We played AMD and caught it for almost 1,000% today. And I want to go over exactly why I took this trade, why I called it out for the team, and how we banked on it. But first, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of the educational content we put out on a daily basis. I mean, this was such an insane week so far. We caught the flush on SPY for over 600%. We caught the flush on SPY at FOMC. I mean, we are locked in the zone this week, and we came into Thursday hitting AMD. I mean, I called it out 5 minutes. It took it 5 minutes into the market. Finally selling my last runner for over 405%. And I just want to give a big shout out to everybody in the group. We absolutely ate on it today. So congratulations, guys. But you guys came here for the trade recap, and I want to give you why we took this trade. So let me get into it real quick for you guys. Let's go over the actual levels. So the level that I was watching today was this big 81 level. Now, how do we find levels? Well, if I'm looking on the 1 hour, watch my previous video I just did. I go over how to find levels amongst other plenty videos I do on the YouTube. But today, how did I find this 81 level? Well, when we came down and in pre-market, what was a main level that we were holding? Well, this 81 level was absolutely massive, right? So either we broke this level down here. Again, I am on the 1 hour time frame. So either we broke below this 81 to get short for puts, or we hold it as support to get long. Because guys, either stocks play to level from level. We're either going to fail a level, and if we don't fail a level, the only other place for it to go is up, right? So if we're not going to fail this down to the downside, where else is the stock going to go? It's only going to go up. Now, granted, I didn't know that we were going to catch this entire move with the news that came out with Microsoft aiding in the AI with AMD, but we did catch this initial move on AMD in the morning and held runners, which caught that news, right? Runners are so important. You guys need to hold runners for this exact reason. If I wasn't holding a runner, I wouldn't have caught that move here on AMD after that news. Now, going back to our levels, this 81 was a massive level. So again, how did I find this? I look on the 1 hour, I see where is a big level. Well, we're holding this as support the day before and in pre-market. So I know that this 81 big level, right? There's nothing over here. So if we were to break this down, we're more likely going to head lower. But if a stock does not want to break down in a level, there's only other one place for it to go, and that is up. So looking down at the smaller time frame, you guys know I love to use the 2-minute as well as the 5-minute for my entries. Now, I do have a lot of levels here. Why? Because we play AMD a lot. It's a great small account builder. Contracts move absolutely wonderful. The premiums are also cheap. If you guys are looking for a stock that moves well, has a cheap premium, and is great for a small account or any regular account builder, and is pretty predictable on how it plays level to level, AMD is one of my main go-tos. Put AMD on your watch list. We play it almost every day, if not every other day. It is such a great stock to play because of those aspects, right? It's always liquid, cheap premiums, and moves very, very well, playing level to level, almost predictable, right? So again, we have this massive 81 level. Now, we were looking for the downside if it broke, if we break and hold, looking for the downside. If not, where is that stock going to go? Well, it's going to head up if we're not going to break down our level. So as soon as I saw the opening bell, right, we come out. As soon as I saw we come down and we put in a big wick to this downside, creating a higher low above this 81 level. And then we had another candlestick open up above that, creating another higher low. And finally, another higher low right here, right? So looking at this, On the 2-minute time frame, as you know, that's where I like to take my entries. What am I seeing here? What is the price action telling me? Well, for one, it's telling me we don't want to break this big level of 81 here, right? We don't want to break down that level. So if we're not going to break down that level, we're more than likely going to head up on the day. Another thing this is telling me, big wick to the downside. After we failed that initial pop, we got a big wick to that downside and a big wick up, right? So this is telling me that the bulls are absolutely defending this area. There is heavy demand in this area. We do not want to head lower. The next candle opened up, and now we're creating a higher low from the recent low that we just made. So this is also telling me, all right, we're above the pre-market low. We're above our 81 level. We created a huge, massive wick to the downside. And now the next candle is opening up above pre-market low. So we're even holding the pre-market low, holding the major level of 81. The risk to reward right there is going to be up. Now you guys can see we took this trade and made the call out at 5 minutes into the market today, right? 5 minutes into the market. So this is exactly what I was seeing. Massive wick to the downside, failure to break down this 81 level. And then we opened up above the pre-market low, showing me that there is heavy demand here. Now, the risk to reward in my eyes right now is going to be up. The momentum was there. It was just there. That risk to reward was there to catch the upside. And that is exactly what we did today. Now, we sold for over 100% once we hit our big level here at 83.75. And I held my runner. Why? Well, for one, with this massive strength in the morning, it's showing me that there was a lot of buyers here. It's showing me that there was people trying to buy this up. There was accumulation happening. And we did not come back to our entry level. So if we're above this pre-market high, holding that pre-market high, if I'm above my entry and I'm not even at break even on my runner, there's really no reason to sell my runner on the day. I was really looking at this 84, 83.75 level to break later on in the day. And that's exactly what we got. Another thing that I'm seeing was essentially a massive bull flag that formed after our run up, right? Massive bull flag. We're creating higher lows, right? Creating higher lows. We're above the pre-market high now. So guys, pre-market high, pre-market low, two very important levels. Below pre-market low, more than likely, that's going to give you more of a bearish sentiment and a bearish case. If we're above pre-market high, that's going to be more of a bullish sentiment and a bullish case on the stock for the day. Another thing to keep in mind is the opening print. Now, the opening print is absolutely massive. That should be a big tell of also the sentiment, right? If we're above opening print, we're more than likely going to stay bullish and head higher. If we're below this opening print, more than likely going to head lower. So what did we hold here in the morning where we took our position? We held that opening print. We held the 81 level. We held pre-market low. The risk to reward was there up. Now on this runner, where were we holding? We were above the opening print. We were above pre-market high. And then we started to do a massive flag out. So all of these things together was exactly why I took the trade. This was exactly why I held my runner. And now that runner did not expect the news, but I did expect at least for this 83.75, 84 level to hold. And the news came out and it just took us. It just took us. And we just absolutely banked on the upside today on AMD. I mean, caught it to a T. Guys, these levels I draw and look how well they play out. There's more videos on how I draw my levels, but I mean, these levels are playing out to an absolute T today. So again, let me recap that for you guys again. Why did I take this trade? Well, we had that 81 big level, right? So let's go back to the 1 hour. Massive level right here. 81 level, right? We're starting to form a base, 81. Either we break below to get short or we hold it to get long. I take my entries on the 2-minute. And what happened today? We opened up We put a massive wick down. We held pre-market low. We held that opening print. And then we also, we broke above and we held above that pre-market high. So a couple of things, held that big level, held pre-market low, massive wick down. We opened up at a higher low. All these things told me the risk to reward was there. It's telling me that there was demand on AMD today. We ran it up for over 100%, sold, left some runners, and then we held the runners. For one, we never came back down to break even on the entry. And two, the massive bull flag was forming. Three, we were above pre-market high and above opening print. So there was four things pretty much very bullish for us to hold that runner. And especially with the strength in the morning, yes, we did have a pullback, but especially with the strength was showing me we're more than likely going to head higher, if not today, than we are tomorrow. And I would have just held that runner into Friday tomorrow. But again, we got the news out. We had a massive flag, got the news, and absolutely ran us up for almost 1,000% gain today. So this is my AMD trade. This is why I took it. The risk to reward was there. Pretty much we held a level. There was demand. We were holding a level. Very, very simple. You see, I use no EMAs on this trade, purely price action at a major level, all that I was looking at. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys can understand what to see with price action, what to see with pre-market high, pre-market low, and what to see with opening print. And hold runners. Guys need to learn to at least hold at least one runner. Why? Because things like this happen. As long as we're not back down to break even, hold that runner. Hold it until you hit that break even stop loss. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section, drop them in the chat. My name is Mr. Banks. Thank you guys for coming out and sharing your time with me. I will see you next time.